Proudest moment for me was just,
Okay.
I mean, my transition from high school to college, it
Yeah.
was like most, but it was like, honestly, Coach Garfield wanted to send me home after the first couple months. No lie.
Yeah.
Given all the things I've done, looking back on it, cool, but I almost didn't make it that far.
I'm saying why though? Can you let the people know why?
Well, mainly, no knock on my high school, but it wasn't in condition because we didn't have the facilities to do that in high school. We just hooped.
Right.
So coming into a structured collegiate setting where it's weights in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
class, practice, bro, I was just tired day one. And you know how we had those drills where we circle up, and if you stop, we all start over, or if we go in lines, miss a line, or if you stop, we start over. I'm the one starting us over for about 2 months straight. About 2 months,
Too
no lie.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, all the old heads want to fight everything. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Rodney Cooper. I'm the host of Locker Room Talk with Coop. I got the two OGs back on the show, two Alabama greats, legends, Erwin Dudley and Grizzard back on the show. And what we're going to do is I'm going to ask them a couple of questions. Then we're going to do a Q&A from what the fans that asked on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And then we're going to ask them a couple of more questions. And then we're going to end it like that. So, guys, make sure that you guys are following our social media platforms so that when we do this again, you can ask your questions and get your questions answered. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And guys, make sure that you guys like, comment, share this video with somebody you think will enjoy it. And also hit those red letters and then hit that bell for me if you're enjoying the show. And I hope you guys enjoy the show. So check it out. So we got the two OGs back on the show. We got my guy, Grizzard, and my guy, Erwin Dudley, two Alabama greats. What's up, big bro? Welcome back on the show.
What's going on? Appreciate it. Finally made it back from the Stone Age.
Finally here. Finally here. But like I said in the intro, man, like we go do this, I'm gonna ask you guys a couple of questions. And then we're going to do a Q&A for what the fans that asked on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And then I'm going to ask y'all a couple of questions at the end. We go end it like that.
All right, bet.
All right, this is it.
So let's jump into it, man. So I wanted to get y'all two together because I know when me and Grizzard, when we did our episode, make sure y'all go check it out on episode 6. And E-Dub, when we did our episode, make sure y'all check that out on episode 10. You know, Grizzard, he was talking about a certain memory against LSU on the road when during the game, in mid-play, you said this fan was talking crazy. You go see about him after the game. You had told E-Dub that when y'all crossing each other. And then, man, Grizzle, he said it so smooth and so nonchalant. He was like, man, he went up in the stands and police got involved and everything. But, you know, we got new fans now. We got people, new people part of the community. So I want y'all to talk about it so they can hear that memory. So talk about that.
Well, mostly, each school gonna have their own student section that do what they do.
Right.
And that's welcoming because, as an opposing player, kind of get you into the game. But just at that point, I think he was going too far. Kind of the N-words popped out a couple of times. I asked Erwin, did he hear it? He's like, yeah. So, we had one on a little stretch, and we was winning. So I'm like, look, he keep on. I had to go see about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, straight up, yeah.
So we had got the win or whatnot. And my only way, you couldn't go around, because you know how press row set up, you got like the little digital advertisement boards all the way to the end of the court. So you couldn't go around. So I had to go over.
Right.
And once I got on top of it, I think it was Brad Bashir or something.
Well, on top of the stands or on top of him? Which one is it?
No, on top of the digital boards on the side. Yeah. I never got into the stands. I didn't get that far.
Yeah.
As I turned around, Brad Bashir grabbed me. I turned around, looked at him, told him what it was. But our coaches that kind of got into it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of turned into a thing.
You said what he did?
Yeah, that's the background behind it. The coaches and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They had a little action going on. They ain't really care for each other either. So it kind of that added a little fuel to the fire as well.
Right. And when it comes to the fans, man, we understand like the heckling and stuff like that, but it get to the point where you can cross that line at times, and you gotta, at the end of the day, we men above anything now. So So I feel you on that, but it was just so fun when you said next thing you know the police got involved. You said it so smooth, and I was like, hold on, we need to go past that.
But you know how everybody had the sheriffs though. The sheriffs that escort you in, escort you out, this and the third. So
Right.
we had sheriffs that because I don't know if something had got out beforehand.
Yeah.
Like Erwin said, it was a backstory to that. Johnny Jones on our coaching staff who formerly was at LSU and he coached Shaq and all this other stuff, and it went where it wasn't supposed to go. Really, it could have been bigger than what it was, but I never made it all the way into the student section.
I got.
So, I mean, that was
I just want to make sure. Yeah, I want to make sure the fans could definitely hear that story. So,
hey, what's up, guys? Rodney Cooper here. Just wanted to hop on here and let you guys know what's going on as far as what will roll out next month. And since you guys have been supporting the channel up until this point, I want you guys to be the first ones to know what's going on. So I just want to give you guys just a little bit, but what will roll out next month is going to be something beneficial for all of you guys in a healthy way. And we're going to be rolling something out for the youth as well as far as to inspire and impact them. Because I really believe part of my purpose is to be that guy that I was looking for when I was coming up and looking for answers as far as in the sport aspect and in the life aspect as well. So I know it's a lot of kids out there that's in similar situations, so I want to be that guy. So I'm definitely excited about it. And guys, make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell that's beside the subscribe button, and also follow our different social media platforms so that when we roll these things out, you guys are the first ones to be able to see it. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the episode. So back to the episode.
Story. So with the new arena we building, man, how y'all feel about that? As far for the guys, how y'all feel about that?
Coop, you in our text group?
Bro, I ain't even read the whole thing, bro.
He responded. He only responded like 2 times the whole time. He
only
responded twice.
Bro, the stuff we ain't gonna say no name, but as a certain individual, the stuff they be talking about, I be like, what are we talking about, bro?
Yeah.
I mean,
it do go left.
It go left, but that's just part of
no, I ain't talking about this.
I'm
just talking about in general. I ain't talking about this situation. But yeah, I read a little bit of it. I was laughing, but I just read it like yesterday though. But yeah. But how y'all feel about the new arena and for the players?
I figure it's needed, man. I mean, you got to upgrade. If everybody else around you upgrading, why not?
Thanks. What about you, E-Dub?
I mean, I'm kind of torn. You know what I'm saying? I like Coleman or whatever, but again, like he said, we definitely need to upgrade some or whatever. But then I know that if we had to stuck, we're gonna stick with Coleman, it's gonna take a lot more money to renovate. So at the end of the day, if you're gonna put all that money into Coleman, you might well just go ahead and just build a new facility or whatever, which is gonna be state of the art and it's gonna be super nice. Or whatever, and it's gonna cut down, on a lot of tickets as well. So it's gonna be hard to get tickets, at some point in time during the season. So we'll see. But it's definitely a good thing though for the whole entire
it
program.
shouldn't be for us, but we'll see.
Right. I think I agree with y'all, man. I think for me personally, I always look at it from a business perspective. Especially day and time, it's all about marketing. So to attract those top recruits, like. You got to continuously innovate. You got to continuously put in a position to where they can see themselves being a part of the vision as far as the culture we trying to build. And then the last couple of years we getting guys in the NBA. We starting to win games, stuff like that. And just look at Alabama football. Like they understand that with the facility they have, the locker room, all that stuff like that. They don't need all that, but they know that especially in this day and time, it's going to attract those top recruits and make them want to be a part of what they're trying to build. Or continue building. So I'm with it. Like I like it. And then on top of that, as far with the fans, when I was there, they ain't really have good seats. And then with Avery Johnson coming in, he got them on that sideline. So now with the new arena, they're gonna be a little bit closer, so they can actually be that quote unquote 6 man on the floor. But at the end of the day, we still got to win games too. So.
Yeah, I mean they was probably in the same. They probably was in the same section they was in when we was there.
Yeah.
Right there behind it, right behind the basket or whatever, or in corner.
Yep.
Ain't changed at all.
Yep. But I'm with y'all on that. So also, man, shout out to y'all. Y'all getting recognized on February 26th against South Carolina. For the people that gonna be watching and listen to this, make sure y'all tap in and go support the guys. So I want y'all to talk about that as far as what that means to y'all and it being the 20th year anniversary, and talk about how fast these 20 years done went by.
Man, that
Yeah, it just
ain't
means we
20
all.
years, dog. What you talking about? Not 20 years. Hey, nah, for,
Grizzard was probably like 32, dog. Like 32 to 35, but hey, yeah. Hey, we gonna
hey,
leave
look,
it
for
at
on the real though. I mean, it's a good thing, for it's gonna be definitely gonna be great. Seeing seeing some of the other guys that hadn't been back around for a while.
Yeah,
But what I'm saying, I'm just looking at this fact that man, it's been 20 years, man,
crazy. Yeah,
and so we're able to celebrate something. When you do something like that, you don't really think about how big it is when you're that young. But then now,
right.
if you look back on the success you had that year or whatever, that season, man, it's like, man, that's huge. And so, what I'm saying, for them to be able to honor us, in the capacity of the way they're doing, man, it's an honor. We all blessed for that.
Yeah. What about you, Grizzo?
Yeah, man. Because I mean, at that time, if you're looking at the career how we started our freshman year. I think we went 13-16 our first year.
Yeah.
Coming in as freshmen, not really knowing what was going on, but we had to play just because of how the team was structured. We had to just get put in the fire.
Right.
And we got beat up some nights early on.
Yeah.
And then kind of figured it out a little bit our sophomore year, but didn't have the greatest of non-conference schedule, which is something we didn't know about scheduling. I mean, we sophomores in college. We don't know. All we knew was to win 20 games. And
right.
we figured we was
Facts.
good.
I swear we said the same thing. Win 20 games. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't think that the fact that we went, what we go that year? 20.
It was like,
I don't remember what it was.
But 21, something like that.
But looking back on it, we played most of the SWAC. We had played the whole SWAC except for maybe 2 schools that year.
For real. Hey.
Which, it kind of make you think. I don't know what Godfrey and them guys was cool with scheduling. Obviously, because we played it, they were cool with it. But if you look at what Oates did this year,
right?
You think about it, why in the hell did we play the whole SWAC almost as sophomores? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
I think
you
in that
look
year,
at
our
too.
freshman year. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Grizzle. I say it. I know. Go ahead.
No, I just think,
I think
coming in at the end of our freshman year, I thought we got groomed a little bit to where we could have played a little bit, tougher competition.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The SWAC was cool, but we was averaging like 105 points against the SWAC or something like that. We was going crazy at the beginning of our sophomore year.
Yeah.
Hey, but I think too, though, what I'm saying, they place a focal point on it now. Like, what I'm saying, we really didn't know back then. So now it's like the strength of schedule, it carries a lot of weight. So if you got a strength of schedule, what I'm saying, that's good, and what I'm saying, and you come down to the stretch, you got a team that with strength of schedule that's bad, then what I'm saying, that's definitely gonna help them. It's just like, what I'm saying, for example, like we got now. Number one schedule this year.
Right.
But just say for example, say if we was in the middle of the pack, though, what I'm saying, the bottom half of the strength of schedule. And, yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I'm saying, that carries weight or whatever. So, but it went. I don't think like, again, like you said, man, we nothing about no strength of schedule back then. We just, like you said, win 20 games and you win or whatever. Like that's what our mindset was.
Yeah, and y'all didn't. You said y'all didn't put up 105 one game. Y'all were averaging 105.
Man,
I
mean, it's on the VHS tape, but bro, the beginning of our sophomore year, bro, we was killing folks in Coleman, bro.
Yeah. It was out of control.
Ohio State came in there, Louisville came in there. We were killing folks, man.
Yeah, that's dope. So we about to go into the Q&A from what the fans asked on the different platforms, man. And I want y'all to be real now. I don't want no politically correct answers. I don't want none of that now. We gotta get the people the real. So
hey, look,
I can't wear my welcome to T-Town
now.
They ain't go too crazy. So the first one for both of y'all, and it's coming from Alabama Fan 40. Shout out Alabama Fan 40. He asked, what do you guys think of Nate Oates and his team this year? And what do y'all think of the team coming in next year?
You want to go first?
You go first.
I mean, we of course, everybody, including everybody, had high expectations for this team because, this year because what we did last year.
Right.
I think Oates is a really good coach. He brought a dynamic to to the Southeastern Conference that a lot of us hadn't seen, or whatever, like up and down, fast pace, shooting 3-pointer. Because most of the time down the Southeastern Conference, it's based pretty much 4 out. 4 out, 1 in.
Right.
So he brought a whole different dynamic to the game of basketball. Now, I think it's a lot of teams have adjusted to it or whatever, but at the same time, you have to have, I think, each and every year you have to have guys that's going to buy into the system each and every year. And so this year right here is critical for, I think this upcoming year, because these guys right here, the success they have, I think that's something that the guys that are coming in now can build upon and, keep going. I don't think success just starts with 1 year. I think it's, of course, I think it's multiple years. And so that's something that I think if we continue to improve and we get into the tournament this year, then I think we kind of cooking, and working with something.
How about you, Grizzard?
Yeah, I like Nate, still trying to figure some stuff out about the offense and all, but the beginning we really didn't know. I didn't know much about Buffalo, to be honest. Nobody really did.
Yep.
But one of the things that attracted everybody is that he went to the tournament 3 straight years. But some things that was kind of fool's gold in that is we don't know anything about the conference he was in to go to the tournament 3 straight years. So it was like, what style, what guys he like? Does that philosophy he had with that farewell in the SEC
translate? Yep.
Year 2 it did. And we had a phantom game against LSU where everything went in and everybody's like, oh, this it, that's it. I'm like, no, that's not it. That's not gonna happen every time.
Right.
And we ain't seen that. And we probably never gonna see that again. I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
But
right.
Just now, given the fact of the losing slide, we kind of been off and on. People just gotta realize, man, it's a jump shot thing, man. Sometimes they go, sometimes they don't. And when they don't, that's what you force with.
Yep.
But those old school guys like myself, like E, we like, hey, if the jumper ain't going, because like for Erwin, for us, he was a mainstay for us. If I'm not making a jumper, Erwin, duck in, get this bucket, get this layup, get this and one.
Right.
Get us back rolling. That way, okay, they can focus in on you. Then we may get a clean look to knock a couple jumpers down. But with what we got now, it's gonna be all jumpers, whether they're going or not. And we just gotta hold on to the seat. Bite our tongue, just like, hey, it's gonna go in sooner or later, and just keep watching.
I want to ask y'all that. I want to ask y'all this, man, with y'all experience, and we watched the game in a different way. Who y'all feel like needs to be that leader on the team going into the SEC tournament? Like, who needs to be that vocal leader? You know what I mean? Because you got a lot of guys that they lead by example and stuff like that. But who that guy that got to be that voice?
But I think personality-wise, you got a lot of guys who don't talk. I don't think Gary talked that much.
Yeah.
You could tell Keon don't talk that much.
Right, facts. Yep.
Shaq don't talk that much. Quentin, he might be cool off the floor, but everybody still look they trying to find their way through it. Right. Even though it is year 2 for most of them. Like they still trying to get comfortable. Because it's hard when we shooting all these jumpers and they don't go.
Right.
And then the crowd murmuring, they on Twitter murmuring, and even though that collective unit of 15 to 20 plus staff, they know what they going. They know what they doing. They know what they want, but we don't know as fans.
Right.
We look at it as, okay, jumper ain't going, go to the basket, get a layup.
Right.
You open for a layup. Why you throwing it out for a 3?
Right.
But that's their philosophy. That's what they've been working on.
Yeah.
Vocally, I don't know. I can't see who could be that. Maybe Noah, maybe. I don't know. No, JD don't talk much because he's still trying to figure it out for himself.
Right, facts. Who you think he does?
No, I think like Grizzo, you touched on a whole bunch of points, but I think the last thing you said was, you said Gurley. I think him, and I think Keon. I think they're the upperclassmen. They need to be the ones that, to talk or whatever. Because at the end, they're the upperclassmen. Like other guys, like you said, they kind of figure their way out. They're trying to find their way. Freshmen, you have some freshmen that'll come in and they lie, like they'll talk or whatever. But JD, he's not that type of guy. I think, like I said, Noah and Keon, those are 2 guys that really need to step up because when this is a stretch in the season right now, coming down right before the tournament, it's going to be crucial for the team. And so somebody has to, basically grab the team and be like, look, come on, follow me or whatever. And, and they have a 2-game winning streak now. Noah, he hit a couple critical shots against Arkansas, whatever, to kind of get us over the hump. So
look where they was at though.
but like I said,
in the paint, they was big.
I know, I know. I'm just saying,
I'm like, yeah,
right, big buckets too. Yeah, but I'm with y'all on that. Like Ellis, I do see him when they gather the team up. He do be talking and stuff like that, but his nature is very like quiet nature. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like that.
He ain't gonna talk long. He ain't gonna talk long. Sometimes they be in the hole, they just be looking at each other, and I be like, damn, we stuck. Yeah. We don't know. They look at each other and they look at the scoreboard, and then it's over. And I'm like, oh, ain't nothing.
I feel like they be looking, they be like, damn, these hoes ain't going in. What we gonna do? What's the move? But you know, I really feel like JQ. I know JQ, like, you know, he got that cool demeanor, stuff like that. But I feel like at some point he gonna have to be that guy, like, to be able to, you know, talk and be vocal. But also Noah too, like he got that dog in him too. So he showed glimpses of it. But I'm with y'all on that.
That's the thing though. What we have been kind of talking about in that WhatsApp app amongst ourselves about building that culture to where we can get on the phone and be like, hey, JQ, blase, right. And then they honor it.
Yeah.
We ain't really touched none of them guys. Like, I know of JD, he right round the way, but I ain't never just, I mean, I know Rob that trains him, but I just can't get on the phone and be like, hey, JD. He gonna be like, who?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. Like, we can help turn it around more than most may know just by being through it. They can see us. Hey, they can go in the bank gym and look at Erwin on the wall and, oh, he did this. Right. Okay.
Yep.
So let me see what he's saying from his standpoint. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we gotta build that culture, man.
And then, like I said too, like, you know, as far as you guys, myself and Will, and everybody in the WhatsApp group, like, we look at the game in a different way than the average fan or whatever. So like you said, we've been through it. We know exactly what they're going through. And I say all the time, I don't care where you rank. You come in as a freshman, you got to go through that learning curve. It's gonna be a learning curve at some point. Like, you know,
5 stars, 4 stars, no stars. Like, bro, you gon' get hit.
Yeah, you go.
And just hopefully you don't hit that freshman wall halfway through it. You hit that wall, and people really gonna be trying to write you off.
Thanks. For sure.
Oh yes, sir.
So this from both of y'all too, from B Blanks. He asked, how hard is it to watch now, knowing what it takes to win when these young guys are in these tough games? We were just touching on that, but
yeah, I mean, it's a lot of the same what we already said. It's difficult because you see the counter, that you would do in that situation as a player. I would go to this, I would go to that, and the fact that we don't, we just have to be like, hey, this is what he bringing. As far as the coaching staff, this is what they want.
Right.
We just gotta stop tweeting about it. Stop, you know what I'm saying, going live about it. It ain't gonna happen.
Right.
We're a jump shot shooting team now.
Right.
Just gotta deal with it. And just know that when they do go in, they're gonna go in. We're gonna be happy, jumping up and down, and just remember the times when they didn't. Don't get too high, don't get too low.
Right, fact.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Doug?
Oh yeah. No, it's the same, man. Like you said, you know, you just gonna have. I think you're gonna have more up and downs, you know, with that, whatever, you know, with the type of philosophy. But you know, saying that again, that's what he believes in. That's what the coach staff believes in. So, you know, as a fan, as you know, as a team, and as you know, former players, you know, that's what you have to kind of ride with, because they are. I mean, that's what they believe in. You know, the numbers suggest one thing or whatever, and that's what they follow. So, you know, it's nothing personal, because every coach, you know, they have their own philosophy, and it's just, you know, they have different philosophies, and nothing you can do about it. So, you know, some for example, you know, I don't think this ever happened. That it would be one coach might be like, hey, we're gonna post up the whole game, and we're gonna shoot number mid range, no 3-point.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? You know, some people might be like, man, what kind of philosophy is that? But you know what I'm saying? They're just how you know what I'm saying, you know, what he believes in, and you know what I'm saying, what he's accustomed to.
Mm-hmm. I mean the formula they just shown the formula works. You just gotta be able to knock them shots down. And I think too, with the college game and the program, I know the pro game, I think they try to compare it to the NBA, but the difference is that in college you can sit in that lane. In the NBA you can't. You can't sit in that paint. Yeah. So it's more open, but I'm with y'all. So Kenny asked, shout out Kenny. He said, how many wins does Alabama need to keep their hopes NCAA tournament alive?
Where we at now?
Man,
15.
What I'm finna say.
Yeah, we somewhere around now.
15
Let me
to
see.
15 to 7.
15
Something
to
like that.
9. I mean, for me, my thinking, my mainstay was always 20, unless, okay, given our schedule, 19,
Yeah.
18 should be all right, depending on what those losses are. Like no more Georgia type losses.
I mean, we ranked 25th in the country right now, so we 16-9, so we good.
I'm so tired of
Yeah,
looking
so
at.
we
I'm so
16
tired of looking at
now.
the
Yeah,
number.
so we get, I mean, even right now, like, you know what I'm saying? I even think if you know what I'm saying, that they had the selection show today, ain't no doubt in my mind that we ain't in. You know what I'm
Right.
saying, at this point right now. So, but I think that, two or three more wins, like, I don't see 2 or 3 more wins won't hurt. You know what I'm saying? They'll just, just
Right.
add on to it. But I think definitely, like, if it started today, I definitely think we're in.
Shit, we need the 30 ball Mississippi State tomorrow.
Right. Thanks.
We need one of them because we haven't had one.
Yeah.
Like just because I've been waiting for that one game where not LSU type game, but that one game, like, I mean, Ole Miss was cool with what was it, 12 out of 9, 13 out of 29, something like that it was from 3 or something like that.
Yeah, they were shooting the ball pretty
That was
good.
cool, but just that from the beginning, stops, transition trades, layups. We need one of them to kind of get everybody to breathe a sigh of relief going into the rest of it. We ain't really had that one yet. Everything has been a nail biter.
Right.
Or we'll make this good little run and have a good 5-minute stand to end it. Like, we just need that free flowing game to have people, run out of cold and happy again instead of shaking their head like, "Ooh, we got that one, but shit, I don't know."
Yeah. And then the crazy thing is, like, we doing this and we rank. Like, we've been ranked throughout the season, been up and down, but like you said, like it's tough at times. Like, we win, we be like, dang. Like, hey, that was a tough win, but we got it done. Just like that Arkansas game, I was like,
We
God,
got it done. Yeah.
it was tough. It was tough. We got it done though. We got it done. So Bama hoop season. On Twitter at Bama hoop season. Shout out them boys. They asked, what do you guys miss most about your time playing at Bama?
Ooh, boy.
I think most for me, it was us. Campus was cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Traveling here and that was cool. It was us. I think we just had a funny team, man. Like,
who was the funniest guy on the team? Who was the funniest guy on the team?
Man, I mean, it's just collective, man. We just
but
had our moment, man. It's just, I mean, it was just everybody, like you said. It was just we had collective group of guys that, you know what I'm saying, we were funny, and then, you know what I'm saying, we just like to hang together, man. Like, we was like real close knit, and so that was one of the things too. You know, so like you said, campus was cool. Campus ain't nothing like it is now. You know what I'm saying? They were like, it was totally different, whatever. But like, we was like really close knit. We all stayed in the same apartment complex, Rice Lawn. So it was cool, man. So we just, and then me, Rod, and Terrence, we all played the same AU too. So we already kind of had, you know what I'm saying, the relationship anyway before we came to Bama, and just kind of grew from there.
Yeah, I say that one thing we always take with us as athletes, as far as like the locker room, the dorms, apartments, all them stories, man. That you can't. Yeah. I mean, you go cherish that for the day you die. So, and we go take that to the grave too. All them.
Yeah. Got a couple of them that can't be aired.
For sure, right?
Aired, baby.
Right, fact. Right. So this one from at Coach C Winters. Shout out Coach Winters. He asked, "How do you think JD is adjusted to the SEC?"
As a freshman should, it's up and down.
Yeah, exactly.
I really think
exactly.
I really think he kind of playing out of position because the way I look at it, he's forced to be a PG that get other people opportunities to score.
Yep.
But he's a scorer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at the school he went to, I mean, no knock on them kids, but half of them couldn't get it up the floor on their own.
Right.
So he had to bring it up as a point guard would per se, but naturally he's a scorer.
Get him downhill. Be athletic.
Yeah. He get caught. Most of his turnovers is trying to get either that middle screen roll to Bediako, or sometimes he'll get in the paint. And I don't know what this play is. He'll get in the paint and he'll kick it immediately across the court to Shaq, either for a 3 or they come in and set a ball screen on Shaq And a lot of times that pass gets stolen.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I'm like, bro, you in the paint. You got a vertical out this world. Just go ahead and score it. If Nate be mad, he can't be mad off 2 points for too long.
Right.
Because if you keep scoring, he gonna stop talking.
Yeah.
If he is barking about it. My thing has always been, if I'm gonna break the play, make sure I score. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't break the play and don't score, because you're gonna be in film session. Coach with on mute, just
right.
winding it and showing you.
It's gonna look crazy.
Winding and showing you again.
Right.
Yeah. So if you're gonna break the play, you gotta score.
What about you, Doug?
I mean, just like Grizzard said, I think he's just like I guess an average freshman. He has his good and bad moments. I mean, I'm just going back, still a few years back. I mean, for example, Colin Sexton. I mean, Colin Sexton was just he was just a freak. Like he had that alpha dog mentality or whatever, and so he came in. He basically, he felt like he felt like he was the man, like in any gym he stepped into.
Right.
And not saying that JD don't think that. They just have two different mentalities or whatever. And so, he's I think Collins was a more polished overall player as well, you know what I'm saying? And when he came into college. And JD, he still is feeling his way as the season progresses. And, we got a few more games left in the regular season. Then we got the SEC tournament and then NCAA tournament. So that's hoping that he'll that he'll continue to grow and continue to adapt and just be more consistent. Whatever, of course you hear fans and stuff, they talk about him, being consistent and stuff like that. But you gotta understand, he still have a lot of pressure. Like, for him as a player, like him coming in, he's a 5-star, all this stuff. And you have a lot of people, they expect a lot of stuff out of him. And you forget, he's only 18 years old, 18, 19 years old. So you're expecting a lot from a kid like that or whatever, and a lot of pressure is coming from, the season we had last year. They looking at, okay, when we had such and such come in the game, off the bench or whatever it may be, he did this, he did that or whatever. Where you can't compare, what a guy came off the bench last year did versus what a guy this year, because it's a totally different roster. This roster is built totally different than the roster that we had last year. So you can't really, you got some of the same players, but you asking some of the same players that was on the roster last year, their roles have changed now. Right. And so you have to look at it there. You can't look at it the same as you did, in the past.
Facts. So this question is from Kari Spears. She asked, "Who's your favorite ever women's basketball player at Bama?" And she put in parentheses, "Say me, number 22."
Yeah, Carrie. Yeah, she definitely is. Whatever. Crystal knows. Crystal coming in a close second. Carrie, she's number one.
Crystal Johnson, number 5 is my first. That's my sister.
Okay.
no,
okay.
I
got you. She coming up.
I'm just joking.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and ask.
I know she is.
So this is from Chris J5. That's her.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, she asked, "Who's your favorite Alabama women's basketball player, little sister, and not high school girls basketball coach? And are y'all coming to any of the playoff games? Her playoff game?"
Yeah, they end up in Wallace Hansfield though. That's like 114 miles from my crib. So
yeah. If it was closer, we'll be in the building. If it was closer.
Yeah, Jacksonville was my ideal spot, because that's only 50. But they get to the Civic Center. I'm there. We do it every year. We got a little section we sit in. So
okay.
Yeah, we'll be there.
No, I went to a few of the regular season games this year or whatever. So yeah,
they've been killing.
I've been to a few.
I don't think nobody scored over 50 points against them all year.
For real?
Bro,
they've been killing.
Yeah.
They locking up like that.
I follow them on the gram. They post the first, second, third, fourth quarter just to score in their little story. I don't think nobody's had over 50.
What's the high school? Shout the high school out. What's the high school?
Hoover High School.
Hoover. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. Well, I'm actually up here. I might have to tap in. I ain't been to a game. I ain't know they was like that.
Well, they in Hansville now.
Okay. That's what you were saying. Okay. Yeah.
The regionals over with, the area over with, so they doing that whole thing.
What you say he does?
They been killing.
Yeah, they're legit. Nah, I say they legit. Like, they got one girl, she signed with Carolina, but they legit, man. North Carolina.
Oh yeah, Ryan Kelly. Yeah, she can go.
Yeah,
she play with us. She play with us, man.
Yeah.
No cap.
Yeah,
No cap.
bro, you had
yeah.
hey Grizzard, you had posted somebody on your IG not too long ago. It was one girl handles crazy. I'm like,
either that was the girl here that goes to Sprayberry or the girl in South Carolina. If it was the one that was handling it, that was the one in South Carolina. I don't know what she going to school at, but that was like ridiculous.
I was like, oh my god, she's certified.
Dude, she was in game with some stuff that we just play around with. She in game with it.
Right.
I'm gonna send it to you. It was crazy.
Yeah. So this
right now I'm updating my phone, so I can't send it.
Yeah. For the people out there, Grizzard had some technical difficulties. He don't know how to work his phone. But so this one from at LV.12.17.97. She asked, "What moment were you most proud of yourself during your time playing, and what advice would you give to someone who wants to play basketball?" Ida, you go first.
I think proudest moment for me was just I mean, my transition from high school to college. It was like most, but it was like honestly, Coach Garfield wanted to send me home after the first couple months. No lie.
Yeah.
Given all the things I've done, looking back on it, cool, but I almost didn't make it that far.
I'm saying why though? Can you let the people know why?
Well, mainly, no knock on my high school, but it wasn't in condition because we didn't have the facilities to do that in high school. We just hooped.
Right.
So coming into a structured collegiate setting where it's weights in the morning, class, practice, bro, I was just tired day one. And you know how we had those drills where we circle up, and if you stop, we all start over, or if we go in lines, miss a line, or if you stop, we start over. I'm the one starting us over for about 2 months straight. About 2 months.
2 months. Yeah.
All the old heads want to fight everything. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Hey, you sound like me. I'm trying.
It just to the point to where Garfield just everybody go. Me and him stayed in the gym. I lay on the floor cramping up.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm gonna stay here till you get it. But he really wanted to send me home. He told me that one-on-one on our own. Like, I'm like, bro, like, I'm not trying to just not make it. Once you get that full body cramp, it's a wrap.
Hey, Grizzard, I feel you on that. Hey, I just didn't have the part where I'm gonna be right here with you till you get it. I ain't had that part.
He let everybody go home. It was one of them days where I guess I was just killing everybody. He let everybody go home. He told me stay there. I just laid on the floor till I got everything back together, and I ran till I finished, and then I left. We just did that until my body caught up.
Yeah.
But that accomplishment there, after that, all right, I can play now. But I first couple of months, bro, it wasn't working. It wasn't translating.
It got real.
I can hoop. But when it came down to doing it the right way, your body, weights, it wasn't working.
See, the weights for me wasn't that bad of a transition. It was just that conditioning, dog. That condition was OD.
Conditioning was a crazy part. Yeah,
we did nothing, bro. We hooped.
Yeah,
like Central Park was no longer like the school was sold, and they didn't bring the basketball program back. But my high school gymnasium was probably 82 feet. We didn't condition. We didn't lift weights. We just hooped.
And did you say y'all cafeterias in y'all gym or something like that?
I tried to send you the picture last time.
Yeah.
I tried to get you the picture, but that transition to Coleman was a killer for me, bro.
Yeah.
Coach Martin, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, do this, do that, and Coach Martin, our first year, he had us doing football drills.
Right.
we was messed up our freshman year, bro. We was hurt. Kenny walked out of Kenny still got that rod in his leg now, don't it? He had to have that for life.
Yes, sir. Yeah. He still got
bro. We was messed up. Bro, I don't know what Coach Martin doing these days, but bro, he came back and apologized to us that next year. Like, I'm sorry. Tariq Gandhi was too big.
Couldn't move.
Too big to be a guard.
Yeah.
I mean, we was doing football drills, dog. We was practicing on the football field. Football team looking at us like, why they out here?
Yeah.
We on the turf. Up, downs, everything. Back crawling.
Hey, it sound about the same. I ain't gonna lie, Coach Grant thought he was a Navy SEAL or something like that. I said, man, you need to go out there on that battlefield. You can go out on that battlefield, watch them a couple times, so you come at me.
The The good thing about it though, we ain't had to do the track though. We ain't had to get on the track. We was on the football field, but we ain't
We
had
had
to
to
get
do
out
that
there and run
track.
on the track.
That track, bro.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
we
I
was
ended up
on the
getting
I
a
run
track.
my
guy.
mile in
He
5:28.
ain't believe in it.
Fire who?
5:28. I did in 5:22. I couldn't hear my voice went out. Hey, Coach Lou tried to hit my hand. I slapped the hand out the way. I said, I told you. My voice had went out. I tried. I was so bad, bro. I was so bad. I ran by myself, too. But, yeah, it was out of control. It was out of control.
I heard about Coach Lou. When he was at UAB.
Yeah.
Because
He
we
was
used to be
tough,
up
though.
at UAB in the summers
Yeah.
before he transitioned. I heard he was killer though. I heard
Bro, he
about it.
had me doing
Ain't no lie.
pull-ups. He had me doing pull-ups with a 100-pound dumbbell hanging from me, bro. I'm telling you, bro, it was OD, dog. Like, everybody else doing like 15, 20 pounds, bro. It was out of control. But anyway, so
Y'all
Rich
had some
August,
pressure going on.
Rich August asked, shout out Rich. He has E-Dub first. He said, where did your competitive nature come from?
Man, my competitive
Uniontown,
nature
Alabama, baby.
came from
Yeah.
Uniontown, Alabama, man. Being able, I had older brothers, and we played against grown men,
Yeah.
and in high school in the summertime we played basketball year round too. So just being able, being the smallest thing and just playing against my older brothers and stuff, and I get beat up and all that. I
Right.
think that's part of it, whatever. And then just man, too, man, just being able to, we worked in the summertime, man. So I used to be in the hayfield in the summertime too. So that was some of my strength and my competitive nature coming from too, man. You out there in that heat, you gonna get some out there heat. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
them
So
hay bills making
you
man
out
out you
there,
too now. Them hay bills.
yes sir,
Trying to tell
yes
you.
sir, yep.
Yeah. Got you. So Rich asked Grizzo, he said, who did you pattern your game after? And what particular drill / training did you do to be able to score like you did?
And
I mean,
he was
everybody
just
coming up was an
natural.
MJ
Natural. It
fan.
was natural. Okay. So that
He natural
It,
stuff,
okay,
man.
that answered another question that somebody else asked. Go ahead.
Cause somebody asked about that the other day because I was like skill work and trainers, like we didn't have trainers coming up. That's like a
Yeah.
thing that's now. You just basically
Mm-hmm.
just hoop for real.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with coaches and film, and you just know not to do certain things again.
Right.
And kind of focus in, key on, what you were good at and do that until they stopped. If they didn't just have a counter, then you're pretty much cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't like. I know a long time ago when I was young, my dad was like, I wanted his cousin to teach me to dribble. Like he was a great point guard at Phillips High School when Phillips was up and moving.
Yeah.
But it never happened. But other than that, not really any training like that. Not one-on-one with anybody in the gym. Not coming up. Once I turned pro, that kind of changed. But you didn't really have that.
So who did you pattern your game out? That's what you asked too. Or did you?
I don't know. It was people I liked. Like I liked KG's motor, which his talking and that kind of one of the things that kind of led to the LSU thing. His talking and talking back to the crowd and getting moving. Everybody was an MJ fan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
There was no LeBrons. Me and Kobe was a year or two apart, so it wasn't looking at that. It was more or less just KG's motor. Mike was just winning. He just wanted to win. So you're like, how is he winning?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he fade away. He doing this. I didn't have that, but you still emulated just his drive.
Yeah.
Got you. That's dope. So Marcus Ayers, I don't know if you know Marcus, but he said, but this is for you, Grizzo. He said,
yeah, I know him.
He said,
he a Q.
Huh?
Now I was telling Doug he a Q.
Okay. He said, ask Grizzo about the Boondocks and the legendary Duke to the Pole basketball games. Laugh out loud. Or you
I don't know. Like this one of them things where folks from around your way.
Yeah.
And, y'all done probably had neighborhood goals. We done played and we didn't probably did the above the rim or whatnot. Where you lose, it's them bunks or whatever.
Yeah.
We talking about 20 years ago from winning a SEC championship. Now you're talking about some more years down the line when something happened in the neighborhood. Like,
right.
yeah, Mark, I know what you're talking about. But It's still kind of foggy.
Got you. So this one, so Leslie Morris, shout out Leslie. She said, "What would y'all say Alabama needs to do different to maintain a more consistent showing in the NCAA tournament? And do y'all have any stories from y'all AAU days?"
I think one of the things that that we're gonna have to do is we definitely gonna have to rebound the ball better. For us to stay, I think ultimately that kind of hurt us. Well, it did hurt us last year. Then coming down the stretch, we couldn't rebound, and we couldn't finish around the basket.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the most important thing: being able to get a rebound, being able to get an and one putback on a consistent basis.
Mm. What about you, Grizzo?
I think at some point, and I kind of tweeted this the other day, just it wouldn't necessarily out of anger, but just out of I'm serious, we need to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shaq should have, in my honest opinion, Shaq should have 20 to 25 attempts a game, and everybody else should be 8 to 10. That way, you would have some sort of boundary to how this goes, because our offense is so free flowing to where you might have a guy who, I don't know everybody's percentages, but sometimes when they go up, you already know that ain't going.
Right.
Somebody go get a rebound.
Yeah. Somebody.
If we have it to where we know Shaq is getting the mainstay of the opportunities, which I feel a lot of them gonna go in, which that'll give us, because we all know offense translates defense, even though coaches wanted to be the other way around. Offense always gonna translate defense. And I figure if shots start going in, that picks up the defensive end. For us, and not only you see when Shaq picks up his defensive intensity, how much better we are. Yeah, it's always Keon. Keon gonna be a mainstay.
Right.
But when Shaq start moving his feet, getting in the lane, taking charges, we different. And it all starts when he started making shots.
Because everybody expect that from Keon, with him being a two-way player. Everybody expect that.
Yeah. That's a given with Keon. He can't guard everybody. He tries to, but he can't. Somebody got to help him.
Right.
But I just think that we need to kind of get a chart on who's taking what and where and kind of limit it. And that would kind of give us a nuclear zone where this thing goes versus you don't know when it's going to go up because everybody can shoot it.
Right.
You halfway going to get a rebound, you halfway spacing, or he might pass it, and you don't know what to do.
And with both of you guys, playing AAU ball together, she was saying, do y'all have any AAU story that y'all can share with the people, or y'all just go, keep that within the fraternity?
Let me see. Was this our AAU team? So I played with a couple. Did we go to Minnesota? Was that? That wasn't that team.
California.
That story, that was crazy, but okay.
Go ahead and
we in San Diego.
Go ahead and share. Go ahead and share.
Nah, like my first or second AAU trip, we went from this wasn't Huntsville, because we went from Birmingham, Alabama to St. Paul, Minnesota on a 15-passenger van with no seats.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all
listen to it again. With no seats? Okay, go ahead.
It's the body of a 15-passenger van, bro. Ain't no seats.
Y'all going to kidnap somebody?
When that boy laying down.
All y'all 6'7" and up. All y'all 6'7".
I think Sidney Ball might have been on that team.
Sidney Ball, he was one of the coaches for the challenge.
Yeah. But the thing is, my AU coach at that point, I don't know if I can say his name because he had gotten into some little trouble. Anyway, he had a family in Chicago. Now, we on the way up to Minnesota, he had family in Chicago, and he decided he wanted to stop, say hello or whatever.
Yeah. We
get off the van. The group next door was like, hey, where y'all from? We from different parts of the state of Alabama. Everybody, saying that little area. And I folks were like, what y'all got in there? Just basketball equipment and stuff like that. And they were like, well, what's up? Like it was on.
Yeah.
fresh off the van, bro. Like, so his aunt comes to the door and rush us. Like, them folks really like, what's up? He was like, what you mean?
What you mean? Hey, That's crazy. That's crazy, man. But also shout out Leslie. She said he does. She said y'all got the same birthday, and she asked, "What are y'all gonna do for y'all next birthday?"
I don't know, Tell we need to link up and do something, man.
Yeah,
Hey, that's a special day right there.
yeah, there
Libra season, baby.
we
Libra season.
go.
Weigh it on the scale. See what it weighs.
She said you a couple years older than her. Put like the little winky face or whatever. So I don't know. I think she stay in Nashville. I don't know, but she a big Bama fan. I don't know. But
I don't know what y'all got going on. That's after they go off, I guess.
yeah.
Oh no! Oh, ain't nothing going on. Hey, nothing going on.
Well,
Promise you, nothing.
that's it. Hey, Deion Smith, he asked, shout out Deion. He said, this for both y'all. He said, if y'all could do it all over again, what would y'all do different? Don't.
He said, "Don't ask me that."
Oh boy, no, I mean, boy, I tell you, I know. I one of the things that what I'm saying, like that I wish that like we came through whatever. I wish we had like, for example, like I wish we had access to like the facility like they have now. Like we didn't have access to the facility like that. So we was basically like when by 8, 9 o'clock, you got to get up out of there. Like you couldn't,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, we couldn't be around, be in the gym like that. And so what I'm saying, without a manager. Well, now what I'm saying, all they gotta do is go over there, fingerprint, boom, boom. You can get in or whatever.
Right.
What I'm saying, like we weren't blessed with that. And I, what I'm saying, I think that. I think that with that right there, but that access could have helped us win a few more games or whatever. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. But like I said, we just didn't have that. It's something. It seems small, but what I'm saying, I just think that that was something that we I wish we would have had.
What about you, Grizzo?
I don't know. I come out to live in the woulda, shoulda, couldas, and I should have did this and stuff like that because I just believe that
everything for a
it was
reason.
all a purpose. It was gonna happen anyway. I'm just giving out the story that was already written. But
Thanks.
I know for the most part, man, I probably would have begged T.R. Dunn to stay. Because he had called me and told me he didn't like, the NCAA structure. And like Doug said, we couldn't get in the gym at any point in time that we wanted to. And he expressed that to me like that was one of his things that hurt him the most as far as the college game at that point, that we just couldn't get in the gym. If he thought of something 1, 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever, we just couldn't get in the gym and work on it. Because Coop, did y'all ever have to sign waivers about the times y'all worked out weekly?
Nah.
Like we had to sign off on it. Like we had
that's
it was a sheet that had practice from this time to that time, this to that time, and we had to sign off on it, and they sent it to the league.
Yep.
That's
to
crazy.
Make sure everybody had the adequate same amount of practice time. Because like Doug was saying, when we had to be out the gym, we had to be out. We had managers that lived in the gym that we couldn't even just pop up and be like, "Hey, dog, come rebound for a hot second." Like we couldn't even do that.
But
just
I know practice. We had to sign no waivers, but it was like
I didn't want to call it a waiver, but it was a sheet that had times on it.
Basically, you had to verify the time.
Nah.
I think it was 20 hours within the whole week or something like that. We couldn't practice no more than 20 hours in the whole week.
This was during the season?
5-day span.
Or before the season?
I want to say it was just in general. Yeah. I don't remember the exact timeline when we were signing them, but I was like, man, it's wild. Like we can't go over this allotment of time. And even sometimes we may have, they were like, hey, just sign
it. So this for Grizzo, man, from Brandon Taylor. He asked, well, we already kind of answered this earlier. He said, with the way you scored the ball at the level you did and made it a little effortless, was that a gift that you had coming up and it came easy to you, or was it something that you had to work on to be able to score at that level? We already kind of talked about that as far like you just hooping.
I mean, to a point, yeah. You had to really, once film came into play to where guys could counter things you were doing and you actually really had to work on stuff, you worked on it, but just coming in day one, a lot of it was God-given because, like I said, high school was just God-given. I mean, nothing against my high school coach. He gave us some structure, but hey, we just hoop pretty much majority of the time.
Right.
And then once I got into college, a lot of that just being able to hoop hell, they could hoop too.
Right.
So you had to figure out
Mm-hmm.
how I'm gonna still get my stuff off. So a lot of that changed, but a lot of it was just God given too. But it was some other changes involved in that.
Gotcha. So this is the last question. I appreciate all the fans, asking their questions. So this is for Darius Johnson, and this is for both of y'all. It's a two-part question. So he asked, what advice would you give to college guys during that time while they're in college playing, and what advice would you give them making the transition from college to the pros if they get the opportunity?
I mean, the one thing I would say is this, because you'll never get that experience again. And then as far as it relates, kind of depends on if what I'm saying, if you're overseas or you playing NBA or whatever like that. But I know like I know certain teams or whatever, like certain teams and certain organizations, professionally, what I'm saying, like they'll give you stuff, they'll take care of you. But for the most part, you got to run everything yourself, and you got to have the right people, what I'm saying, in your corner to be able to do that. And you pay, you got to pay people and stuff like that. Versus when you're in school, they the school is paying people to do everything for you. So you pretty much, the only thing you gotta do is, basically do what they say, go to class, come to practice, work out, what I'm saying, stay out of trouble, blah, blah. What I'm saying? When you get it, when you turn professional, I mean, you're an adult, and so you have to you have a lot of responsibility that's on you, and like you said, you paying people and stuff. So again, you just have to be able to manage your stuff.
What about you, Grizzo?
I mean, in that transition, like Doug say, enjoy it, man. Be on the quad, be in the cafeteria, go to the little parties, but don't go too crazy. Like,
right?
Because I mean, with all the countries I traveled to, nightlife, this and the third, nothing equates to that. Nothing equates to that college atmosphere. Like, get that full. Been in Israel, collegiate, like nothing equates to college life. Enjoy that part, but on the side of sports, just understand that it's gonna be a learning curve. In Australia, the game is gonna be faster. No matter what, it's gonna be faster. And it's no rush to catch up.
Right.
In my opinion, there's no rush to catch up. It's depending on, I mean, how much your coach is giving you, but there's no rush to catch up. But you have to make that, transition, especially if you're thinking on a professional level later on. You got to make that transition. And if you are in college and thinking of making that professional transition, you have to limit your on-campus stuff. After that, have fun when you first get there, make that transition, and now you thinking you may have a chance of going pro. You got to kind of limit yourself to the campus after that,
right?
Because then you have, you don't want to have full access or everybody have access to you, because once they think you may have a dollar sign or something attached to you, everybody ain't gonna be for you. They're just trying to get money, and they'll do anything under the sun to get that, whether it's in your favor or not. So if you thinking, all right, I got a chance of going to the league, get you a smaller group and y'all just rock. If you do go out for a small minute, chunk of deuce, all right, I'm gone. You back, because you changed from just being a collegiate athlete, you changed into a business then. And you want everybody to buy your product as your business. So you got to kind of be a part of it and not be a part of some stuff at the same time.
Right. Because at the end of the day, you are the business. So, I mean, you talked about it in the episode. So that's dope.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's dope, man.
That's a main thing. That's a main thing for me, bro. Like, yeah, you do have 5 teammates, 5 on the other side, but still, it's just you individually that is your product on the floor.
Thanks.
We talk about all the time the numbers of collegiate athletes that come out, and it's a staggering number that gets selected. So, hey, it's real once you get to that point.
It's all about the value you bring to the table. So, I mean, like you said, So that's dope, man. So this is the last segment before we start wrapping things up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say a word or phrase, and whatever come to your mind based on the word or phrase I say, y'all just say it off top. So E-Dub, you go first. So the first one, Uniontown, Alabama.
The realest city in Alabama.
Cap.
Foot wash, baby. Foot wash. What's happening?
RC Hatch High School.
Hey, 10 state championships.
Ooh, okay. Talk your talk.
Boy, I ain't know that.
Talk your talk.
I ain't know that.
Mark Godfrey.
Man, gave us opportunity.
Adversity.
Man, whoo, adversity. Boy, Florida, Alabama versus Florida, 2002.
Yeah. And the last one, Alabama.
Man, born and raised. This, I love this state.
Grizzard, you up next? Birmingham, Alabama.
That's home. Magic City, baby.
Okay. Mark Godfrey.
A cool guy.
Central Park Christian.
That's kind of where it started. Small, but we got it done. We actually had some guys come out of Central Park, man. If you research the history.
Yeah.
Some guys come out of there.
University of Alabama.
That's home.
And
they welcome me with open arms every time I go. So hey, that's home.
Word. The last one, adversity.
It's needed.
That was tough right there.
To accomplish anything, it's needed, bro. It's needed.
For sure.
Because we always want it easy. That's cool to say we got it, but if you don't have an adverse moment,
Yep.
How do you know you really gained all of it? If you never went through any adversity to get it, how do you know if that's the full extent of what it is?
Right, facts.
And
then on top of that, man, adversity builds character, man. And what people don't realize, you got to enjoy the process, not the destination. And through that process,
that's the thing, though. You could say that with how the team was going. We're not shooting it well. That's an adverse moment because that's one thing that Nate didn't draw up that wasn't going to happen. Analytically, he was thinking, oh, this percentage of shots are going to go in, so we're going to look like this. And we're not.
Yeah.
But we still in a good spot. So when it does click, it's going to be crazy.
Facts.
Yep.
Facts. That's dope, man. That's dope. So that's another episode of Locker Room Talk with Coop. Make sure you guys like, comment, share this video so somebody y'all think will enjoy it. And also, man, hit that red button, those red letters, and subscribe for your boy. And Grizzard E-Dub, man, I appreciate y'all for coming on, fam.
No doubt, bro.
Anytime.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Always.
It's love.
I got everything updated now, so next time.
Okay. Yeah. It'll be a little quicker.
No problem.
Appreciate y'all, man.